Okay, Enok, so tell us, why are you here?
Yeah, I'm here to share with the younger generation perspectives of world leaders to give advice about their field, so more the technical sides of things, but also the whys.
And Enok, why young leaders? I mean, we have so many adults in Silicon Valley and we have an aging population. Actually, baby boomers are retiring at a very fast rate. Why do you care about the youth?
Well, I, of course, care about all sides, and this channel is for all people, but it is focused more on the youth because I see this trend and need to think about the deeper questions of life in context of work. For example, there's a lot of talks about, oh, I want to change the world. I want to do the next big thing.
Very
the next
Stanford thing, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But just because it sounds great, it doesn't mean it's beneficial for the communities around you. Your actions have consequences. You know, and so I think thinking about what is the purpose of my life and what is the grounding for my ethics. So yeah, a lot of philosophy and religion there's as well. And I just want people to think about these questions seriously, look at the evidence and explore these questions for themselves, also in context to how it relates to their work.
100%. And now in this media project, the media startup that we're doing, so what is your vision for this?
Yes, the vision is to initially start with Stanford professors and local execs in the Bay Area because that's where we're based. But we want to eventually go national and global and to invite different leaders to give advice specifically for their fields, to give back to the future generation about how to make it in their field.
Global leaders like Michael Dell, like Jensen Huang from NVIDIA, like John Hennessy, do they actually want to give back and make an impact?
Yes, I had my doubts as well, but what I've noticed while visiting Davos, this past January, I realized that when I was sharing this idea with different leaders,
freezing there,
like they were so open to these ideas. Leaders want to give advice for the future generation. They want to share their expertise, and there are a lot of emphases on purpose and ethics, and because there's so much emphasis on the how.
And that reminds me of our event last night at YPO. Remember my speech at JP Morgan? And we met family offices, many of whom work with billionaires.
Right. And they were very open as well.
They want to give back, right? They make their first billion-dollar exit at NASDAQ or NYSE, and they want to give back. Do you think that has to do maybe with spirituality or ethics, or you think that's more of a self-indulgence and just feeling good by giving back?
I mean, people can have different motivations, of course, but I think at the deeper level, I think there is this, love and this wanting to give back between people. And at the end of the day, all these leaders are also people. They have their, family, they have their own family,
kids,
their own problems. They're just people just like us.
I mean, candidly speaking, it's all love. Right? Now, going forward my question, Enok, is more on you as a leader and as a tennis player. That's how you and I became friends. And as a Gen Z, what do you think students need the most today when they're figuring out their career?
My short answer is seeking purpose, having a response based on evidence, information, what I mean by evidence, on these three questions. What's the purpose of my life? Why do I live the way I do, really, right? Going deeper into those. And is there life after death, right? Like, what am I doing here in this world?
And why should we think about purpose? I mean, here at Stanford, at Silicon Valley, everyone's inundated. PSETs, IPO, startup, Y Combinator, StartX, Berkeley Skydeck. Like, why do you think purpose given today is the thing?
First of all, it's not as talked about as much. And second of all, I think this really grounds everything that you do. Right? It's about the past, present, and the future. And the way you shape the hows, right? The strategies you make, the goals that you set are shaped by the values you hold. And this is my personal experience. I'm sure this is your experience and all the leaders' experiences as well. Of course, there are different types of leaders, but purpose-driven leaders, right? That wants to really do good in the world. They want to give back and change the world for the better, right?
And here at Stanford, we see a lot of students, CS is the #1 major. Everybody knows that, #1 in popularity. But we see a lot of coders, Enok, that are amazing nerds in pushing code, GitHub, merge branch, but then they don't know how to communicate, they don't know how to negotiate, they don't know how to bargain or teamwork or public speaking. Have you seen that as well? Like, how can we fix that at the STEM world in Silicon Valley?
I do believe that everyone has their own strengths, of course, like you can't be best at everything. But I do think that there's that baseline level of humanistic thinking that is necessary if you're at the frontier of developing new AI models, right? And dealing with AI applications. What are the implications like of the user-facing side and things of that nature?
Do you think it's because young people like you and I, like we're on our phones all day or iPads or tablets or computers? Like, what are your 2 cents on screen time? Like, how can we fix that? Because everybody, not only young people, but even old folks here in the room, they're on their iPhones when they fly United or Delta.
I mean, screen time itself is so pervasive now that maybe we might have to ask different types of questions. Now, of course, finding ways to reduce screen time through different means of encouraging in-person interactions and leading these people to ask these questions that I was talking about the deeper questions. Sometimes you just have to stop and think and deeper about your purpose. And I think when you have that motivation and purpose for your work, I think it inspires you to also be able to shift your attention very more organically towards those things more than these distractions, right?
And what really matters, and like you mentioned, in-person interactions.